Hello everyone, I am Maester Mike, and I am back for more Earthbound, semi-blind. That's what I'm calling this, it's a semi-blind Let's Play. So, yeah, in the last episode, we started the game. What happened was a meteorite had landed near the town of Onett, which is where we live. And so we checked it out, and apparently the police were all over it, because media and the media. I don't know why I said media twice, but people need to get the scoop on why this meteorite struck. Well, it's a force of nature, there's no denying that, but whatever. And now, we went to bed, but our fat friend Pokey wants us to go tag along with him because his younger brother Pokey has gone missing, and we better find him before his parents get back home, so let's do that. Yeah, sure, you're cool, whatever. Thanks, Mom. Thanks for your stupid sarcasm. See if I can play with you. Let me edit that out. Okay, let me say that again. Yeah, sure, you're cool. Whatever. Yeah, thanks for the sarcasm, Mom. See if I ever... Never mind, I don't know what to say. I'm still rusty. Please forgive me for that. Tracy, what do you have to say? I'll do everything I can to help you. Good luck on your adventure. You might get hungry along the way, so here's a cookie. Well, thanks, sis, but I'm just going to the meteorite. You can also leave anything you don't need with me. Do you want me to hang on to something? No, my inventory is fine right now. Be careful. That will come in handy later, but it's just we're just going on an adventure to the meteorite at the top of the hill. There's nothing to worry about, Tracy. Oh well. Do you want me to go with you? Yes, I do. I guess I have no choice. Let's go. Yeah! Our dog Rex has joined our party. He's only a temporary fighter, though. Alright! You go out in front, and I'll follow you at a safe distance. Let's get going. Pokey joins you. He's also a temporary party member, too. Alright, let's go find your brother. Oh. Telephone. Mom, you gonna get that? Could you get that? Why are you so lazy? You're the mother. It could be Dad. Let's check. Mike answered the phone. Hello, it's your dad. See, Mom? It's the dad. I think he wants to talk to you. Never mind. I think he actually wants to talk to us instead, because he cares about us more than he does her. Our family life is in shambles. Work to exhaustion when you're young. Have you ever heard of a weird saying like this? Just remember, I'm always behind you 100%. Don't be afraid. I know that you're brave. You can do it. Don't forget to call me periodically during your adventure. I can make a record of your progress when you call me. Oh yeah, I deposited $30 into your bank account. Do you have your ATM card? Withdraw your money from any cash machine and buy whatever you need. Good luck, my boy. I feel like such a hero. What? Well, the father of a hero, at least. Wahaha! Slam! Beep! Sorry if that's your piercing. He's kind of a boastful father. By the way, our dad is very useful for the game. If Mike picked up the receiver, we can call multiple people throughout the game, and so if we call our dad, he'll tell us periodically throughout the game how much money he'll give to our account. He's our main source of money for this game, so call him frequently and he'll tell you that he'll keep sending you money. He's very generous like that. He'll also tell you how much experience points you need to get to the next level. This is an RPG, remember? And also, he's the only person you can call to save the game, so let's record our progress. Your dear old dad was also thinking about hitting the hay for the night. I've created a record of your adventure to this point. Good night, sleep tight. You can either end the game or continue on if you want. Mike, you work hard, just like your mother, but I don't think it's good to work too hard. That's all I have to say, so goodbye. He doesn't have a very good follow-up for that. Anyway, let's move on. We are outside now. It's a bird. What does it want to do with us? Oh no! Battle! So now we're getting into the actual gameplay of Earthbound. As you can tell, this is a really old-school kind of Dragon Quest type of RPG battle system. It's not like your Final Fantasies or your Chrono Triggers or anything like that. I'm saying that Chrono Trigger because this game was released the same year in America as Chrono Trigger. Anyway, battles are like this. It's done in this little first-person view with a really trippy background and our sprite. We have several options. We have Bash, which is your main type of attack. Let's do that. To the Spiteful Crow. He definitely looks spiteful with that hipster sunglasses and bow tie. Why is he wearing a bow tie? The Spiteful Crow has a big grin on his face. Next charge forward. 9 HP of damage to the Spiteful Crow. I don't think that's very good grammar. Pokey thought of himself. Mike attacks. 8 HP of damage to the Spiteful Crow. So our other options are goods, we can use items, defend, self-explanatory. This is auto fight, which you can use if you just want the game to play itself, and run away, and also PSI, but we don't have any kind of skills with us right now. So, fight! Kill the spiteful crow with his hipster attire. Pokey apologized profusely. Yeah, our party members are not very good right now. The spiteful crow became tame. You won! Woo! Yeah! I gained 3 experience. The enemy left a present. Inside the present, there was a cookie. I took it. But I'm not going to read everything that says. I'm just reading it right now because it has a lot of fun stuff to say. Oh, what? Hello? Hello, evil dog. You engaged the runaway dog. So this gameplay is pretty traditional for an RPG as far as it goes. Although some things that does differently are with the health bar and our PP bar down at the bottom of the screen, which I'll tell you about that more when we get later on with the game. So it won't really have much of anything to do with right now because our stats are pretty low. Anyway, let's keep fighting. Pokey played dead. By the way, Pokey does absolutely nothing. He'll just do random stuff and never contributes absolutely nothing to our cause. Ooh, we leveled up. Our offense went up by 1, our max HP by 2, and we learned the power of Life Up Alpha. That's our first PSI skill. So if we check our PSI, here's Life Up Alpha. You can check our status, and here's a bunch of stats for us. Press the A button for PSI info. We have different kinds of spells that we can learn. Life Up Alpha is just a basic healing spell. And we'll get more kinds of spells later on. So anyway, here's our stats. So as you can tell, you got hit points, our PSI, our psychic points, which is the amount of power that we need to use PSI, duh. There's experience points, most of this is pretty self-explanatory, but some of the stats are pretty different from most RPGs, and in fact I don't really remember what they do off the top of my head, but I have something bookmarked on the internet here, so let me just take a look at this. So here's what the stats do. Hit points, psychic points, experience points, and level up, they're all pretty self-explanatory, but there's offense, self-explanatory, it denotes how strong your character is. The defense will, of course, tell you how much damage you'll be able to withstand. There's speed, which shows who will be able to go first in a battle. There's guts. What this does is there are different kinds of items that you can have for battle. Guts, okay, let me say this a better way. You have kinds of weapons that will give you either the shoot command or the bash command, and if you have a weapon equipped that gives a bash command, then sometimes you'll get a smash attack, I'll show you when that happens. It'll happen eventually. It's basically the equivalent of a critical attack in most RPGs, and what Guts does is it increases the chance of more smash attacks happening. Also protects characters from mortal damage on occasion. And Guts is also increased by certain weapons. I'm reading this off of the internet off of a page I have right now. There's our Vitality, which the higher it is, it just increases. The higher it is, the more your HP will increase during a level up. So it's something that will increase your health when you level up, as I just said. Sorry for my redundancy. There's IQ, which is pretty much the same thing as Vitality, except the higher it is, it will upgrade your psychic points. It does something for one of our party members. They don't have PSI, but I'll tell you what that does for him later on. And luck, that's just luck. It helps with dodging of attacks and stuff like that. So that's what our stats do. Anyway, back to playing the game. Let's go on. Where could Pokey be? Gee, I wonder. He couldn't possibly be by the meteorite, could he? Let's go check. Hey, doggy, you do not want to play with me. This is not good. He's not a friendly dog. By the way, I won't be showing every battle, of course. Also, Pokey may not be very helpful, but Rex is not that much better anyway. He sometimes does nothing, sometimes he does. He'll do a biting attack. Pokey smiled insincerely, but I missed. Alright, so as you can tell, Bash is your regular attack, and some items like a slingshot will be labeled shoot. Items that have a shoot ability won't let you get smash attacks, so just so you know. This game in case you don't know, which I'm pretty sure, even though a lot of people haven't played this game, and at this point, they might have if they have a Wii U, but this game is still pretty, like, underrated and overlooked, and so something this game did that was pretty big for this time, at least in terms of the game, was just its setting. You know, like, most RPGs back then were always in, like, a fantasy setting. Very rarely, unlike games like, there are games now that have a sci-fi setting, but very rarely were they using sci-fi settings, and this is, like, one of the first games to do a more contemporary style setting in, like, the 1990s of America. Kind of outdated now, because we're in the 2010s, but it is what it is. Can't change the past. That was also something that was done with the first game of this series. In case you also don't know, this game, in Japan, this game is called Mother. The franchise is called Mother, and they just called it Earthbound because I guess it sounded better like that. Yeah, this is the second game in the series, and the first game was originally released on the Famicom, which is the Japanese NES, and a lot of you probably already know this. I'm sorry if I'm just saying a bunch of really some really generic stuff that you already know. I'm just saying this in case not many people are very well versed in video games. A lot of you probably are. So, I'll shut up now. We won! Are we almost at another level up? How much experience do I need now? 2. Just another fight. There are 3 enemies that we can find out here. Oh, there's the third one. There's a spiteful crow, there's a runaway dog, and here's the third one. This is the coil snake. Our music, not only are the backgrounds trippy, but the music is also really trippy. This game has a really odd soundtrack. It's really good, don't get me wrong, but it's really odd. But it's really cool too. I'm getting beaten up by a snake. That's not good. Oh, actually, snakes can do damage. They can't, like, punch or anything, but they can strangle you, they can bite you and fill you with venom. I'm just filling you all with more basic facts that anyone would know if they're, like, in first grade. Anyway, another thing that this game does, unlike games like Final Fantasy at the time, and also, this game is, like, really good because it has all the enemies on the world map, so you can see them coming. Something that you can do with enemies if you walk up, right, see this swirl, like that? That will denote what kind of battle you'll be getting into. So, if it's gray, that means it's just going to be regular. I'll cut this out right now. I won. I think I get a level up? Yep, I do. Oh, baby! Offense went up by 3, defense went up by 1, vitality went up by 1, IQ went up by 1, our HP went up by 13, that's nice, our PP went up by 5. Sometimes your health and PP don't upgrade that much, and sometimes it does when it gets to a level up. It depends. But anyway, on the map, if you approach an enemy from the front, like, actually, if you approach an enemy by the back, which we're not going to get to right here, it will have a green swirl, which means you can get, like, a preemptive strike in battle. But if they attack you from the back, then they'll get the first attack. It's kind of like the Mario RPG, where that happens. Unfortunately, we didn't have any of that happen right now, so let's cut this out. I'm not feeling a little too awkward to you, am I? Is my commentary alright? Please tell me in the comments if it's fine. Again, since it's been, like, it has been over 8 months since I've last recorded an actual Let's Play, so, of course, it should be expected that I'm a little rusty with this. But I'm getting back a little bit used to it again. Hey, Mike. I was too busy to investigate, but I heard a child's voice on the hilltop. I'm a busy man, but when I do a job, I do it well. I'm a man's man. Good to know, you're not my man's man. Gee, I wonder how you could have told that. Maybe you just panned the screen to the right and you saw him. There's Pokey up there. Let's go. Oh, Pokey! We're here for you. Woof! If I knew this was going to be such a scary place, I wouldn't have come along. I'm out of here. Well, goodbye, you lazy mutt. See if I need play fetch with you any more. Our stupid dog. He's too cowardly. Anyway, here's Pokey. Hey, Pokey, how are you? What? Oh, you woke me up. Pokey, I've been looking all over for you. You see, Pokey got scared and ran away. Well, I'm glad that you're okay, at least. Let's go home now. I bet Mom and Dad are worried sick about us. Jeez, sometimes I wonder which one of us is the real big brother. And now Pokey, he comes in, replacing our dog. Yay. Anyway, we've accomplished what we've came here for, so let's get going.
Mike, do you hear a buzzing that sounds like a bee flying around?
I don't hear anything. No.
Oh, come on. You must hear it.
I hear it now. Is God giving us a message? What is going on? What is this light coming from the meteorite? Or the sky? I don't know what it's coming from. What is this? A bee. I am not. I'm from the 10 years in the future. And in the future, all is devastation. Giygas, the universal cosmic destroyer, sent all to the horror of eternal darkness. The horror of eternal darkness? That game was really good. What are you talking about? I'd love to go to there. Oh, not that eternal darkness. Oh, never mind. However, you must listen. I'm listening. Where I am from, there is a well-known legend that has been handed down from ancient times. It says, when the chosen boy reaches the point, he will find the light. The passing of time will shatter the nightmare rock, and will reveal the path of light. You see, it is my opinion that you are that boy, Mike. This I believe. Giygas' monstrous plan must have been set in motion somewhere on Earth. If you start to confront the enemy immediately, you may have time to counter the evil intentions of Giygas. 3 things are of the utmost importance: wisdom, courage, and friendship. The legends from the ancient times tell of 3 boys and a girl who defeat Giygas. I will tell you more later. Go now, and do not be anxious about the future. You have much work to do, Mike. Did you listen to what I told you? Yes, but that was a really big, awkward exposition drop you just gave me. I don't know if I trust you. You just dumped all of that information on me, and you expect me to believe it? I listened to you, though. By the way, if you say no, this will be pretty much like Gabora from Ocarina of Time, so if you say no, he'll just explain everything again. Thank you for listening to my long story. You are as exceptional as I expected you to be. Buzz. Wait. I am dumb. I should not have said that. There we go. I spoiled his name early. Buzz now joins you, and that sound denotes that you got a real party member to join you. So, this is cool.
Mike, it looks like you're really in a lot of trouble this time. 3 boys, he said. I'm not one of those 3, am I? 'Cause I'm not into this kind of thing at all. Jeez, my heart is almost pounding right out of my chest.
Why wouldn't this be your kind of thing? I'd love to be on a quest to save the world. Why would you not be? Look at me, Pokey. Come on. Look at me. Look at me. I'm right on him. Why are you too afraid? Is it because you're so fat? I think that's it. You're fat, Pokey. You know, since I'm giving him a Cartman voice, I can expect him to, like, be complaining a lot about me saying that he's fat. But he's not Cartman, so we'll just keep going. Mike, buddy, I have something to tell you, and only you. Can you come visit me later? Alone? That sound is... I mean, did you hear that sound? I don't know if I'm looking too far into this, but look, can you come visit me later? Alone? It's an adult asking a child to come visit him. Yeah, please tell me I'm not the only one who's thinking bad things when I see that, and also hear that little sound come on. You know, all the things that have been censored and been tried to be removed from games because the people try saying they're too violent or too inappropriate for a youth, I'm surprised that Nintendo actually got away with that. Again, it's probably like just not actually intended, but I'm pretty sure it's not intended, but still. The implications are there. I hope I'm not wrong in saying that I think that. Well, hope I'm not the only one who thinks that. Oh well, let's get going. Oh no, what's going on?
It's been a long time, Buzz. You've been successful at foiling Master Giygas' plans. But, Buzz, you must now surrender. You're no longer a hero, but just a useless insect. I'll stomp you hard!
Oh no, boss battle swirl! That little swirl and sound denotes that we're fighting a boss. The Starman Jr. blocks our way. This is our first boss, and don't worry about this. This is an easy boss. This game will hold your hand throughout the whole thing. But anyway, let's attack him. Buzz tried PSI Shield Delta. I think that's a Delta. Mike's body was protected by the Psychic Shield. Pokey's body was protected by the psychic shield. Picky's body was protected by the psychic shield. Buzz's body was protected by the psychic shield. Picky's chanting a magic spell. By the way, Picky's a teeny bit more useful than both Pokey and... Wait, he's about the same amount of use as Rex, but he's still not useful compared to me or Buzz, as you'll see in a little bit. By the way, since Buzz cast that psychic shield over us, as you just saw, the Starman Jr. tried using a spell on us, but it couldn't work because our shield was too strong for it, so we're perfectly safe. Buzz attacks. Smash! That's an example of a smash attack, and he did 75 HP damage to him. Picky only did 1. Pokey acted all innocent. I attack, and only 5 HP of damage. Starman Jr. is on guard. I think he's a little nervous. He'll cast the shield again. Seriously, this is so easy because you'll not be attacked even once. I mean, he'll try to attack us, but we will not get hurt at all. Our shield is just too strong. Stop acting innocent, fat boy. You are not an innocent boy. You'll do stuff that you will. You won't forget. He cast PSI Fear. Sorry for my stuttering. Starman Jr. cast PSI Fire Beta, and it did not do anything. Our shield made it disappear. I'm a little scatterbrained right now, I'm sorry. Let's keep fighting. Buzz charged forward, and nice damage, man. And the Starman Jr. was defeated. We won! I gained 16 experience. I guess I'm a little bit away for another level. Whew! I was taking a big chance there. He came from 10 years in the future to kill me, so we can't relax yet. From now on, you'll be fighting enemies sent by Giygas, as well as humans who have evil thoughts. They'll definitely make trouble during your adventure. Animals are also becoming violent due to Giygas' influence over the evil in their minds. It is the truth, so listen. Yeah, I think I believe you now. I mean, why else would that creature want to kill us? Anyway, where are we to another level? 10 EXP points. That's how far we have to go for another level. So anyway, here's your home. Let's hope your parents aren't home yet. I mean, it's almost like dawn right now. Can't imagine they'd be gone this long. Oh well, let's go inside. Uh-oh, I think they're here. Hello, Miss... you know, you really shouldn't put on your clown makeup when your kids are just about to wake, because a lot of kids are afraid of clowns, Miss Minch. And so, are you trying to scare your kids? Where in Sam Hill have you boys been? I'll have to think of a suitable punishment. I think looking at your face is punishment enough. I mean, look down here again, please. No. Yeah, see, look at your face. By the way, yeah, these are Pokey and Picky's sorry. The family has a really weird set of names. The kids behind me are Pokey and Picky Minch, or Porky if you're in Japan, because Pokey's actual name is like Porky. Anyway, Pokey and Picky Minch. This is his dad. This is their dad. Aloysius. His name is spelled like this. And this is their mother, Lardna. Yeah. I don't know who would be cruel enough to name their kids that, but their parents' names are Aloysius and Lardna Minch. Yeah, they're a weird family. I'm really sorry that my kids troubled you so much. Both of you are really going to get it now.
No, please.
Don't be so mean to them. I just told you not to be so mean to them. What did you do? By the way, I would be happy if you left sometime soon. I'm tired of your family living next door. We've loaned your father a lot of money. It may have been $100,000 or more. I like how he explains that. It's like a little kid trying to explain what's happening. It may have been $100,000 or more. Like, he's not sure. He's just exaggerating, I think. Well, I guess it really could have been less. But because of the loan, my family and I now live in poverty. My husband is much too lenient with the children. Oh well, nice guys finish last. That's the story of our life. You must be a very pleasant family. Buzz, what are you doing? Aye! I think there's a dung beetle. I'll smash your guts out. Aye! Oh no! Buzz! You just killed Buzz! He was the best party member in the whole game, and you just killed him! What was that for? He's of course a bug, but of course. By the way, I'm giving him like a... Is my accent good enough? I'm trying to give Buzz like a little British accent. Anyway. I was much weaker than I thought. So you must now begin your adventure. See, you. Goodbye, Buzz. Oh, not yet. Oh, I just remembered. Listen to my final words. Yes? Okay. To defeat Giygas, your own power must unite with the Earth's. The Earth will then channel your power and multiply it. There are 8 points that you must visit. Make these places your own. Each of these locations is your sanctuary. One of them is near Onett. It is called the Giant Step. Go there first. Do you understand? Yes, I understand, my friend. All right. You are a very intelligent young man. And... Oh! The pain! Everything is getting dark. No. Calm down. You're fine. Don't worry. Before I pass on, I want to give you something. It is the Sound Stone. You can record the melodies of from the 8 your sanctuary locations into this stone. It is an awesome item. Radical. That is just radical. By the way, I'm almost gone. But did you want to hear the story one more time? No. Once is enough. Good. It's already dawn outside, but it doesn't matter to me. I'm fading fast. Ah! I got the Sound Stone. And with that, Buzz passes on. You cold-hearted, clown-faced bitch! What do you have to say for yourself after killing our best party member? Huh? What do you have to say for yourself? Hello? Lady, talk to me. I'm talking to you. What do you have to say for yourself for killing Buzz? My husband is very soft-hearted. Yeah, I'm sure he is. He just went upstairs to beat his children. Actually, in the Japanese version of this game, there's a sound effect that comes from upstairs that is a lot more violent sounding, like he actually beat his children. The sound that they put in this game was a lot more, I don't know what I'd call it, just less child abusive? I'm so tired. Nag. Why are you complaining to me for this? Anyway, let me make another restore point for this. Yeah, I think I'll do this. This episode's fine. I usually discard episodes that I don't like if my commentary's not so good. So anyway, this is the end of the episode, so thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. This is another long one, so just bear with me. I'll hopefully get shorter ones coming out sooner. Hopefully I'm getting back into this, so although I won't be making much in the way of Let's Plays for a while because I'm gonna be gone for a few days after this episode, so I don't know if it will be either tomorrow or on Saturday when we leave, but yeah. Hopefully I'll get this out. This is being recorded by Thursday, the 14th of August, so you know. But anyway, this is an episode. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time for more Earthbound. See you guys later. And actually, before I go, I think I have an idea of something. I thought about doing some kind of other stuff with this channel, like a sort of like a... I have other ideas of like maybe doing... I have an idea of one game that I bought a while ago for like a blind Let's Play, but I don't know if it'll work out so well. I think I'll do it like a one-off to see if I'll be fine with doing it as a Let's Play. It's a game for the Wii, and well, you'll see it sometime in the future, hopefully. Actually, let me take back that last statement I just said. What I was gonna do was, as I said, I was gonna do a one-off for some game I've never played before to see if I want to do a blind Let's Play on it, but I tried making that one-off, and it didn't really work out, so don't expect to see that in the future. Sorry. By the way, in case you wanted to know what game I would have been playing, it would have been Mad World for the Wii. Just so you know. I also want to do other things, like maybe... I thought about doing maybe top 10s for this channel, like, you know, if a top 10 of some game-related topic or something. Maybe also straightforward reviews of games that I played that I enjoyed. I don't know. I thought I have some plans for this channel in the future. I don't want to just give up this Let's Playing dream just yet. So, anyway, I'll see you guys in the next episode. See you guys later. Bye.